Hi, I'm Jimmy Delgado, and today we're going to be discussing phishing. Phishing is a big problem today. 76% of businesses have dealt with a phishing attack. 90-some% of people don't even know what a phishing attack looks like. Majority of system network admins don't even know how to test their own people to see flaws in their system. So today, I figured I'm going to set up a phishing attack so you guys can see what it looks like. System network admins can know how to set it up so they can test their own employees at work. So, we're going to start off with using Kali Linux here. We're going to use this what's called the SE toolkit. It's built into Kali Linux, and if you don't have Kali Linux and you're using something such as Ubuntu, here is the GitHub. You can always go there and download it. Now, the first thing we're going to be using is a social engineering attack. Social engineering attacks are the #1 ways attackers get into a network. Now, we're going to go ahead and set this up. Now we're going to end up using a website vector because majority of times when people send a phishing attack, it's usually malware in it or there's links to other websites where they want you to steal your credentials. So here we're going to end up using a popular website, Salesforce, which a lot of businesses use, to see if we can get people to actually give us their credentials using a phishing campaign. So we're going to end up hitting number 2 for the website vector. Like I said, we're going to try to steal someone's credentials. 3. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a website to clone. So 2. Now there's different things. You can use a website template that's already built into the SE toolkit. Or the other thing with it is you can just make your own website and have it go from link to link and move people around, and you can also integrate it with Beef. It gets really interesting. So we're going to come over here and hit number 2, enter. Now right here at the bottom, as you can see, it's asking us for our IP address we want to use. Now if you're testing remotely, you can end up using your public IP address and you would have to set up port forwarding. But right now we're using internally because we are the good guys testing our own company. So we're internally within our own network. Now you can always go into your servers and change your DNS so that way it says something else and not exactly the IP address. But we'll definitely go into that right now. So we're just going to leave this the same as blank. Now the website that we're going to want to clone is https://login.salesforce.com. Now where did I get this website? I will show you right here. Copy. And we're going to go in here and paste and go. So this is a website that it will actually take us up into. So that's the website that we want to clone. Let's see. You may need to copy var into WHT depending on the directory is structured. Press return if you understand what we are saying. Alright, so now it says that we are operating up at port 80. Now we have our IP address here that we use. We can always come in here to verify that the website is up and running. Control V. And there you go. That is my own personal IP address right up here, as you can see. Now, and it is still displaying the actual Salesforce login. So now we need to craft the actual website to get somebody to come in here and click on, not the website, the email, to send somebody so that way they click on it and thinking this is the legitimate website. So to go ahead and do that, we're going to use basically Google, and we're going to look for one. A lot of these web things are online. Most of them are free. So we're going to go freight email mailer, and we'll go ahead and click on the first one that comes up. So we want to get set for the HTML and also editor. That way we can make it look really professional and good. Now the from, we'll put Salesforce team. And we'll put Salesforce Now, now to make this even more unique, we're gonna modify this now. Instead of saying salesforce.com, we're gonna do, no, we'll still do this as part of salesforce.com, make it look like the real email originally crafted. Now who's it gonna go to? It's gonna go to, we'll do Delgado's tutorials. Control A, Control X. Oh, no. Cancel. Control V. Alright, subject, please log in and verify updates. So nothing too crazy, just log in, verify updates. We're not asking them to send money, we're not asking them to do anything technically malicious. Just log in, look at the updates, verify they're correct, and go from there. So we'll go ahead and do, hey, hold on, go ahead and do, hey, shit, it's not cooperating, hey team, I have made some changes to your profiles, please log in and verify the changes. Now, we're not going to ask them to give us their credentials, something like that. We're just going to provide the link that we're going to want them to go log in at. So, let's see the IP address we ended up using right here. Copy, minimize this, Control V. Now just because we're gonna want to have, we don't want them to just be like, oh, we're gonna click on this number, so we're gonna want to say something else. We're gonna edit the link. So Control C, Control V, text to display. Now we're gonna put login.salesforce.party instead of .com. We'll just make it look a little bit more fun. Click OK. Now space, and obviously we're gonna have to put the thank you. I'm not a robot, and then go ahead and click send. Cool, email has been sent successfully. So now we developed and crafted our own phishing email. Have the person, so we're gonna go ahead and pretend to be the other person. Gonna come over here to the machine, and we're gonna go ahead and log in. We're gonna go check our email. One time I heard a joke, if Internet Explorer can always ask to be your favorite browser, just go ask the girl you like. Don't be timid. Alright, so Dell got those two tutorials. Alright. No thanks. So let's come over here and let us check for, let's see where it would have fallen at. So now, here it is. Now, there's different ways you can go about doing this to make sure it doesn't end up in your spam folder. One, you could end up getting with your email provider and whitelisting it so it doesn't come out as spam. It can always, you just make sure that it goes through, because here we're trying to test the functionality of your employees. We're not trying to test how good your Exchange service is. We're not trying to test how good your antivirus is. We're trying to test your employees, how good their knowledge is. So we're going to come over here and it says, hey team, I have made changes. I have made some changes to your profiles. Please log in and verify the changes. So now if we look at it here, it says from Salesforce.party. Now if you hover over it, let's see if anything comes up when you hover over it. No, but let's go ahead and, so if we go ahead and copy it, you're never actually supposed to click on a link in an email. The best thing for you to actually do is to copy it and paste it into the search bar, because that will actually take you where it says it's supposed to take you. So here we went to login.salesforce.party. The page was not found. But when I come over here and I actually click on it, and it's telling us, oh, here, suspicious link. It's taking us here to this website. Proceed. We're still going to go ahead to it, and voila. Now, if you look it up here, it still takes us to Salesforce. To login.salesforce. It looks like it's the same site, but if you notice up here on the actual address bar, it's not. It still says my whole IP address. And even if I was actually to do name resolution, I would change out my IP address to actually say Salesforce.party, you'll notice it does not actually go there. The best thing to always do is plug it in and see where it goes instead of just clicking on it. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in our stuff. So we'll put in Delgado's tutorials at gmail.com, and we'll put in our password. Alright, it didn't go nowhere. I don't have a whole HTML page set up for it to end up proceeding to another page. We just set it up quickly. We want to see. So now we're going to come back over here to our actual Windows machine, or to our Linux machine. And our Linux machine, we'll actually be able to see, oh look at 10.103.7, clicked onto our link right here. We can see who it is. We can actually see that they put in the username, Delgado's Tutorial at gmail.com. And if we scroll down, we can actually see what the password was put in. Please subscribe. So now, if you notice right here at the bottom, when you are finished, you can do Control-C to generate a report. Control-C. Now it says your report has been set at root report. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go there. So Control-D. cd.root.setls cd reports ls Firefox 2018 and then we'll go we're gonna hit enter. Now when we put enter, we can pull down and it's going to pull up everything we just saw right now on the other page. Nice little graphical. But this is a simple way that you can go through and you can end up testing your employees, seeing how good they are at phishing. You can actually teach them and show them this is how they're generated. The CEO does not want you to go out and buy $1,000 worth of gift cards. He does not want your phone number. It's just phishing schemes. They're different things that people use to get money. Sometimes they're just putting in back doors. Sometimes they just want your credentials. And sometimes they just want to see if you'll fall for it. And now, as a network and sysadmin, you can end up testing your own employees to see their faults and weaknesses in your own security. Thank you, and have a good day.